and welcome to another match of the Super Metroid multi-category extension tournament. Today we have ptoil and Tilimorf, two really close runners in terms of skill and experience, I'd say. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty close match, especially since the category is Nintendo Power Percent. So there's not a lot of route divergence. I mean, there's none. Uh, so Nintendo Power Percent basically is you have to follow the route exactly specified by the Nintendo Power Guide released for Super Metroid. And they have to get a very specific item count and item order. If they grab an extra item or they skip an extra item or they do the items out of order even, they're going to get a time penalty for this category, and it won't actually be valid to submit for the leaderboards at all. So you have to follow it exactly to the T. I actually don't know what issue it is, honestly. I'm guessing it's probably a 1994 issue, maybe December. I think it was late 1994. But yeah, so our runners are just going to be doing series. Series is basically the same, kind of, same in every category. Um, really, I guess the nice part about series is you get to warm up your hands for the race. The cool thing about Nintendo Power Percent is because the route is so strict and you're really boxed into a specific item order, you kind of see strats that you won't normally see in any other category because of the really unique, route. Since the route we're gonna be taking is very different from any percent, very different from 100% even. Um, Very different than any category in SM. So I think that's probably the coolest part about Nintendo Power Percent. Lots of cool strats, and I hope that these runners get to show at least some of them off. So now that we're on Zebus, the Nintendo Power Percent guide kicks in. And the very first item that the guide says to get is obviously Morph Ball. You can't really do anything in this game until you get Morph Ball, so there's not much of a divergence there, obviously. The veto, let me check real quick. So ptoil banned North Korea percent. And this is game 1. So Tilly picked Nintendo Power Percent. All right, yeah, so here we are. We're about to be at our first route divergence. The second item to grab is these missiles, the ones that we call alpha missiles. And then we now actually diverge a little bit to grab the beta missiles. And this is the category where you actually get to realize why this missile is called the beta missiles. Because, alpha missiles, you grab, that's like the first missile, and then beta missiles is the second missile you grab in a casual playthrough. And in most categories, like 100% or RBO, where you have to grab, where usually you would grab that missile, it's not the second missile that you grab. So kind of strange that it's called beta missiles, but at least it's well named in this category, I suppose. So now we've got those first 3 items, and the guide tells us to go to Bomb Chorizo, and we have to defeat Bomb Chorizo and get the second major upgrade, bombs. Why aren't you in this tournament, Cross? You'd be perfect for it. Unfortunately, there is no dashless though. So you won't be able to show off too many Crystal Flash clips. And CF sparks. I'm trying to think. I wonder where an elevator Crystal Flash would actually help. I can really only think of North Korea percent, really, where it would be useful in any way. Maybe 69% if you could think of a route where the Crystal Flash would actually save time. But for the most part, it's really just NK. Alright, and thankfully, the guide tells us to grab this E-Tank because we're gonna need it. And if for some reason, somehow the people who are making this guide messed up and didn't realize that you could grab that E-Tank, this would be a very different category. And as we'll see later in this category, the people who made this guide really did not play Super Metroid at all. Lots of strange routing choices. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just forgot that E-Tank was there, in all honesty. Oh yeah, and then with these extra missiles that we grabbed, the beta missiles, Bomb Chorizo's faster, Green Pirate Shaft is faster. Having that extra missile pack really helps for a lot of room strats. You don't have to farm as much. It's really nice. The classic meme. Super's on Fantoon. Thankfully, no. We only have to follow the route. We don't have to do any of the Nintendo Power Percent strats. If we did have to do the Nintendo Power Percent strats, that would suck a lot. Oh, just you wait. Even if this guide was published 25 years ago, or actually, I think it's more like 30 now, they require some tricks that most speedrunners would have a tough time nailing, to be quite honest. Alright, so this Fantoon fight, or not Fantoon fight, this Spore Spawn fight, it's a little bit kinder than most because we have 3 missile packs. You don't have to like rely on drop RNG as much, but it's still pretty difficult to get a 2-round on Spore Spawn with only missiles. Basically, the premise, what you want to do in this fight really is try to get at least 3 missiles in the first round. You can actually get 4 while the mouth is closing, which is pretty rough. And then you want to get 2 at the beginning of the second round, and then put 3 extra ones in there. The way Spore Spawn works, like in the second round and beyond, it's kind of like how Fantoon, you can shoot 2 missiles in his eye and he won't disappear. The kind of like that same idea works with Spore Spawn as well. If you get 2 missiles in as Spore Spawn's opening, he won't actually like close his mouth, and then you can get 3 extra ones, and that's kind of how you want to get a 2-round. But his hitbox is really awful. His hitbox like definitely rivals that of Botwoon. Yeah, I believe both of these runners got 4 rounds. Honestly, that's not bad at all. It's really hard to even get a 3-round sometimes. This fight is extremely brutal. The hitbox is like pretty bad. And yeah, so now we have the intended supers. Unfortunately, the Nintendo Power Percent Guide did not tell us to mock ball. So that's the reason why we had to get this pack. If we could mock ball, we would get the normal any percent supers. And I believe, yeah, now we're done with Bryn Star. Like this first area, Pink won't be coming back here again, thankfully. And so these missiles that Tilimorf just got, the pipe missiles, that's one of like the weird things that this guide makes you do. Like you have to do a wall jump there and then morph. Like I feel like a player in 1994 wouldn't be able to wall jump like that. But who knows? Maybe you would be good at wall jumping in good old 94. A good time for Nintendo Power Percent generally is getting sub 110. So sub 1 hour, 10 minutes. World record is 102 by, you know, Zost. Who else? And second place is by me. But yeah, generally you want to get a sub 110. You know what, Techno Magus? That is a good question. I don't think I actually ever thought about that. Maybe they could expect you to bomb jump. They don't actually specify. They just say, get this missile. So maybe they wanted you to bomb jump. I don't know if that's easier than just doing one wall jump up, but yeah. That is also an alternative, I suppose. Alright, so, you know, since we can't wall jump up to Kraid for some reason, but we can wall jump to get the pipe missiles, we have to get high jump to get to Kraid's lair. Even though the wall jump to get up to Kraid is about the same difficulty as the wall jump to get the pipe missiles. So, you know, this is a first of many examples of, you know, of questionable decision making by the people who made this guide. True. Actually, that's right. Because if you don't get the Kraid quick kill, then you have to like wall jump to get up to the top part of Kraid's boss room. So I think that makes sense. Actually, I think you're right. Ptoil, gonna try and save this quick kill. See if he can nail it. The claw got in the way. Pretty bad. There's two main ways to get that quick kill. You can either shoot 2 missiles and then 3 supers, or you can do a shot and then 4 supers. But yeah, that was just unfortunate. Ooh, but Tilly gets the quick kill, and we have a lead change. Makes the comeback. Now we get the Various suit. Yeah, 40 seconds is pretty massive. It's massive time save there. So now we got that Kraid tank. We're gonna be going back into Norfair and lots of cleanup. I would say like this section right here. I guess you could call it like the mid game of this category. The route's actually really interesting in terms of like, you know, how the guide wants you to like wrap around Norfair and Brinstar. And the strats that you have to come up with to like kind of conform to that route is pretty cool. Oh yeah, and then these missiles. Yeah, the devs thought you'd be able to do this lava dive and find that missile there. I mean, I guess with 3 tanks in Varia, like, it wouldn't be that hard if you knew what you were doing. But it's kind of funny that they make you get those missiles. And then before anything else, you have to get the Bubble Mountain missiles. Definitely a big difference from any other, I guess, like 100% like completionist category. Usually you leave these missiles for later. But why not now? Let's just grab them now, because why not? So yeah, trying to get those Bubble Mountain missiles like early requires some unique kind of like maneuvering around. Since you don't have Space Jump, you don't have Screw Attack, you don't even have Speed Booster, so it's interesting. Yeah, for the most part, I'd say. It's kind of like the opposite philosophy of 100%, where usually you want to like, if you can grab it later, then you should grab it later. Because generally you're gonna have better movement options. Ooh, Tilly's gonna go for the spark. Does he get it? Oh, just barely missed it. Those waivers can really annoy you. So if you don't get that spark, you're either going to have to do a deboost like ptoil did, or you're going to have to, yeah, do that wall jump that Tilimorf just did. So there you go. So we got a good display of all the different kinds of strats that you could do to get up to that reserve. No, the guy didn't tell you to wall jump there. So there are no items in the intended way to get to Speed Booster. So, I mean, you know, they didn't really specify which path you were supposed to take to get to Speed Booster. They just said, after this missile, get Speed Booster. So, you know. I guess you could say there's a bit of cheating going on. But they didn't specify. It's not our fault. The purpose of this guide, I guess, it is kind of like any percent. Basically, the purpose of the guide is to get the best ending. That's really what they tried to do when they made that guide. It's like, if you follow this guide, getting the best ending will be a snap or something like that. I think that was what they said. And to get the best ending, you just have to beat the game in under 3 hours in game time. So for a speedrunner, that's pretty easy. I think we're going to be beating this in like definitely under 50 minutes in game time. So it's pretty quick. Exactly, Technomagus. Just another example of the strangeness of this guide. But that wall jump is just as hard as the wall jump to get up to Kraid, so it's strange. Definitely strange. Oh, and these guys are almost synced up at the elevator. After getting Ice Beam, we have to go up Red Tower to get the power bombs, just so we can go back down to fight Crocomire. Which makes sense. If we had Wave Beam, we could fight Croc now. But the guy doesn't think you'd be able to do the wall jump to get to Wave Beam. Even though they thought you could do the wall jump to get up to the Norfair Reserve. So, strange indeed. This room is pretty cool though. Since you have Ice Beam, you can do like cool Ripper climbs using ice. Technically, I think they're actually like the fastest method to get up here. Unless you do the really swag down grab at the top of Red Tower. And now we have our power bombs. Let's go. So yeah, this kind of like I guess the next 10 rooms or something. It's just a bunch of backtracking. But you really don't have this kind of item set like anywhere. So it's kind of cool to see this kind of like maneuvering around with just ice and Spazer. The beam is like it can really get in your way sometimes. Since Spazer's so wide. Oh yeah, we also get to take the intended path to Croc. I don't think you actually do that in any other category besides Nintendo Power Percent. Because 100%, both of the 100% routes, they take the back door using Wave Beam. Oh yeah, and then this fight is pretty interesting, I think. Since you don't have Plasma Beam, you can't just like completely shred Crocomire like you do in the 100% speed run. So basically you want to open by doing like a missile and a super at minimum. And a missile will do like 1 knockback, and then a super will do like a 3 knockback hits to Croc. And this fight is like pretty RNG based too, because you can get pretty unlucky, like Tilimorf just got, where he like does a swipe and then shoots goo at you. You want only like instant like mouth opens. And then like the most optimal fight to get would be to shoot 2 missiles and then a super. And then you can actually fit 1 extra super in his mouth while he's like crawling back at the very first phase. And then that does like, I think, 9 knockback hits on Croc. So it's pretty insane, and then he moves back super far. And you save a lot of time by doing that. And then it also makes the fight more consistent, obviously, because you don't have to rely as much on RNG. So this fight is pretty complicated if you don't have Plasma Beam to just shred him. Right, and then, yeah, I forgot to mention Charge Beam does too, and every Charge Beam is the same. Doesn't matter what beam combo you have. And they also wanted you to get this missile pack without doing the intended grapple path like they wanted you to do on your first playthrough. Instead, just wall jump up there. Actually, they might want you to Shine Spark up there too, which is probably easier than having to do the wall jump, I'd say. Nice farm strat by Tilly. Using the missile because the Ice Beam freezes the bugs. That's the kind of like the unfortunate aspect of Ice Beam. It basically means you have to shoot every enemy an extra time because it freezes when it's about to die. And then you got to go through these rooms the intended way, which is pretty cool. There's a neat strat you can do that ptoil just did, and that Tilimorf is entering right now. You can KO through like those metal gamer things, and then you can do some pretty quick wall jumps up there, so you avoid having to missile all these pirates. Because generally, like, those pirates are like standing on the ledges that you want to stand on, so you have to kill them. But if you KO through, you have invulnerability frames, so you get through those guys pretty quick. Getting screwed over by the waiver there. So yeah, now that we have Grapple Beam, we can not use it and instead wall jump over to Wave Beam. like Deer Force intended. Imagine using grapple beam. And then yeah, so I think once we've gotten Wave Beam, that kind of ends like the item collection phase, I suppose. From this point on, the category is going to start to look a lot more like any percent. With one exception, I suppose. Which is probably the hardest part about this entire category coming up. But for now, we're just going to go up to Wreck Ship and get our gravity suit, basically. That's really all that's going to happen right now. And Plasma Spark? No, not Plasma Spark, Alpha Spark. We're not in Meridia yet. Why did I say Plasma Spark? Oh yeah, so ptoil there turned off Ice and Spazer. Almost forgot to grab X-Ray. I actually forgot that we had to grab X-Ray, so bad comms. SMH doesn't even know the category. So yeah, there is one route deviation here. We have to grab X-Ray, even though we have a guide telling us where all the items are. You still need X-Ray. Because, why not? Let's just grab X-Ray even though we already found all of the hidden items that we needed to grab. And this was the real reason why we needed to grab Grapple Beam. I bet we could have skipped it if we could skip X-Ray. Oh yeah, power bomb count is going to be pretty important here also. You really don't get any refill. You don't get any refill for the rest of the game, honestly. This is kind of just like your power bomb count for the rest of the run, so you don't even get power bombs of shame, so yeah, you're really going to have to watch out. A lot of places that you have to use power bombs. For the most part, ammo management isn't really that crucial, except for power bombs, I'd say. Maybe super missiles too, if you're gonna do Green Gate Glitch, which isn't necessary, and obviously Deer Force didn't intend for you to do that. But it saves time, so you should do it. Nice spark. I think the fastest route here is actually, you actually want to grapple across moat and then do a spark here. It's faster by like a few frames. because you don't have to charge a spark in the room previous. But to get like the optimal grapple cross moat and grab that missile at the same time is pretty tough. So just for simplicity, and then you can go for Ocean Fly, which, you know, everyone knows it's the best trick in the game. Ooh, fast. And going for the hybrid strat. Nice. All particles connected. Very solid first round from ptoil. Oh my gosh. Also a fast for Tilly, but the flames got in the way. Very annoying flames. And GG from ptoil. Got a nice 2-round. Fast slow is basically the same as getting a mid-mid. So maybe like 1 or 2 seconds difference, so it's no biggie. Okay, good. I didn't know if Fantoon was almost dead. That was some pretty bad RNG. I think like slow. Almost got the alpha spark. That spark actually is the fastest strat to do there. But yeah, as you can see, it's actually pretty hard to hit all of the enemies in that room. So generally I don't like doing that strat, honestly. But I know some people like it a lot and they're pretty consistent with it. And yeah, so those left side supers are actually the only item we're gonna get in Wreck Ship. Even though there's a bunch of items that we could get in Wreck Ship, Deer Force, or the people who made the Nintendo Power Percent Guide, which is not Deer Force, they decided that we don't need any of the items in Wreck Ship. So we're just gonna skip them. And for some reason, Nintendo Power Percent, the guide, thought we needed Gravity Suit. Clearly, they've never seen a run of Nintendo or North Korea Percent. Shame on them, really. Imagine needing Gravity Suit when you're playing this game. But yeah, so the next item that we're gonna get is probably the most ridiculous item in this entire order, this entire guide. So the first item that we're gonna grab once we enter Meridia is Spring Ball. Now don't get me wrong, I am a fan of Spring Ball. I'm a Spring Ball stan, okay? I like Spring Ball. It's a good item. But with this item set, this amount of E-tanks, it's pretty brutal to get it. And be fast doing it. Let's see if ptoil gets the spark here. Nice. He got it. So first spark completed. I wonder, is he going to go for the second spark? No, okay. Well, wait, let's see. Oh yeah, he is going to go for it. Okay, cool. Will he get it? Nice. Okay, both sparks. Well, he made it look easy. If you don't get either of those sparks, you lose, like, so much time. More than a minute. And then this jump is pretty annoying. You have to fit through that tiny one tile gap. He got it. Nice. So yeah, that's kind of like the second to last obstacle, I guess. You don't have space jump, so it's kind of hard to fit into that one tile gap because you kind of have to do it in one jump. One nice smooth jump up there, so getting spring balls pretty annoying in this category. And then leaving is a whole nother beast. Let's see if Tilly gets a spark here. Oh, missed the missile. Unfortunate. Oh, but he has ice still equipped, so actually this isn't too bad. He just has to make sure not to take too many hits. Those Evers, the projectiles they shoot at you do a lot of damage, and like their bodies also do a ton of damage. It's just, yeah, big mess. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Having Ice Beam actually helps for this room, interestingly enough. Until he gets through that gap too, nice. Alright, let's see if ptoil gets the return spark. Oh, he's not gonna go for it. Okay, interesting. He's just gonna jump. I think he has enough health to get through this. As long as he doesn't take too many hits. Okay. So you can also do a green gate glitch here, like I mentioned earlier. I think it only really saves... Oh, he's gonna go for it. Nice. It really only saves like 10 seconds, maybe? It's not too bad. First try. First try, every try. Too easy. If you don't do that green gate glitch, then you just have to go down the bottom path as intended. Barely had enough health to make it up there. Wow. Lucky. And that's the missile that you apparently need X-ray for. Since Tilly has ice equipped here, not getting the spark isn't as bad. Yeah, because you can use it kind of like as a backup. Let's see if he also goes for the green gate glitch. Not that big of a time loss if he doesn't. Oh, he will. I guess I'm the only one who doesn't go for that green gate glitch. Everyone's always doing it. Alright, gonna nope out of it. I don't blame you. Alright. Let's see how this Batoon goes. Nice opener. Very nice. Good RNG from Batoon as well. Shoutouts to D called. Opting for the halfie. Will he get the down grab? I believe if you get that down grab, halfie only loses 1 second? 1 or 2 seconds. No, that's a lie. It would be like 5 seconds. So full halfie doesn't save that much. If you can at least pull off halfie, you're in pretty good shape, I'd say. Dragon fight, honestly, is probably the hardest fight in Super Metroid. I'd say Dragon's harder than Ridley and Mother Brain. There's just so many ways she can screw you over. But ptoil successfully getting a 3-spark and blue suit, making Dragon look easy. Oh, did he lose the blue suit? I think he just chose not to go for it, I guess. Trying to go for the spike suit. Alright, let's see what Tilly opts to go for. Oh, those wall jumps were very clean. Oh, yeah. It was just that final ledge grab. Almost had the full halfie. Alright, ptoil, I know you can hear me. Go for Plasma Spark. Go for Plasma Spark. Do you hear me? He's gonna go for it. He charged it. Oh, got hit by the fish. SMH. I'm disappointed. Solid attempt, though. I'm glad you went for it. I'm gonna make it known now. Anytime I'm calming a match, you're legally obligated to at least attempt a plasma spark. If you don't get it, it's fine, but attempt. Thank you in advance. So yeah, I think basically all that's left really is golden chorizo, and then the rest of the category literally is any percent KPDR. So there's not much difference here in the Nintendo Power Percent route. Basically, the only thing I guess that could really suck is you still can't grab any extra items from here on out. So if you accidentally have to grab Power Realms of Shame, or you accidentally have to grab Fireflea's E-Tank, that is going to invalidate your run, so you still have to keep pretty close watch on your Power Realm count and your health count. But we do have 6 E-Tanks, so it's not too bad. Tilimorf not even attempting Plasma Spark. SMH. Cool, and now we're in Lower Norfair. One little thing that might be a bit annoying is if you do the X Factor setups, you know, for Batuin and Dragon, you're gonna have to re-equip Ice Beam because you want like the maximum damage output for Golden Chorizo. Right now I think ptoil only has Wave and Plasma equipped, so you will have to yeah, you're gonna have to turn on Ice Beam like ptoil just did. It's pretty easy to forget that, and then you're in the fight and you're like, oh wait, I forgot to turn on ice, now I'm doing less damage. Oh yeah, ptoil taking the safe strat here. Really easy to fall down those crumble blocks. I've definitely done it a few times. Much better to take it safe and make sure your run is still valid. If you fall down those crumble blocks, run is invalid. And you think Nintendo Power Percent Guide tells you that there's crumble blocks there? Guess what? They don't. Because they're not your friend. They'll let you fall down those crumble blocks. Then you're gonna have to go all the way back up around to grab them. Thankfully, we get Screw Attack. Makes all of these rooms basically a breeze. Because you can destroy anything. Anything that tries to stop you from achieving the utmost goal of completing Nintendo Power Percent. The most prestigious category in all of Super Metroid speedrunning. Heck, even all of speedrunning as a whole, I don't think there's any other category as magnificent in any speedrun like Nintendo Power Percent. Nice Kago from ptoil. Gonna go for the quick plasma strat. I approve. Sparking is slow, guys. Stop it. Don't spark. Use plasma. Let's see, will Ridley play nice? Super missiles have the highest DPS on Ridley, so you definitely want to use them if you have some to spare. They do double damage on Ridley, so it's 600. And plasma shots do 900. But you have to wait 1 second to charge them up, whereas you can like fire like 3 supers in a second or something. Maybe less actually, but you can definitely fire more supers than shots in a second, so the DPS is higher with supers. And ptoil just got the final item in Nintendo Power Percent, the Ridley E-Tank. And now it's on to Turian and Mother Brain. Conveniently enough, we have 7 E-Tanks by the end of this category. So you can actually go for stand-up. It's a bit risky though, since you only have 7 E-Tanks, which is like the minimum. But with X-Ray, you can avoid some kind of soft... Like, you can avoid most soft locks if you have X-Ray. So it's not too bad. It's not the worst scenario, basically. The only scenario that's worse than this is map completion, which, by the way, you should run map completion. Every Super Metroid speedrunner should run map completion. But yeah. Nintendo Power Percent knew. They knew. Let's go for stand-up. I bet they intended you to do stand-up. Pretty sure. I can't? Are you sure? Well, I guess if your runs mysteriously disappear from the leaderboards and you mysteriously get banned from the community for no apparent reason, I guess just assume you forgot to, you didn't run Mappo. Nice jump from Tilimorf there. Got the reverse powerhouse. Really cool strat. So now both of our runners, they've beaten all the bosses. They've gotten all the items in the game that the guide tells them they need to get. So, yeah, it's just the end game now. Don't want to do a commentator's curse here, but really the only way ptoil could lose this is if he goes for stand-up and something goes very wrong, or he just straight up dies, but that's not going to happen, right guys? As he's shown us today, ptoil is a master gamer. He's gonna go for all the cool strats. He's gonna miss some of them, but that's okay. Yeah, blame me guys, sorry. Just a little bit of a curse there. Nah, but you're too good for that, right? There's no way it's gonna happen. It's impossible. He's just too good at this game. The waiting game. Softlock doing Brainbuster. I like that idea. Brainbuster. Nice room 3 from ptoil. He has plenty of super missiles, so there's no need to worry about that. Now, to make the race a little bit interesting, I think ptoil should go for the spring ball baby skip and miss it. And then get baby slowdown. You know, just to spice things up. And he gets the baby skip anyways. Went for the boring old vanilla any percent baby skip. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but... Saving too. You know, just in case of the soft lock. Don't want to risk too much. Shiny Zenny, remember to save the game. In my opinion, it's very important to save the game. When I play this game, I use every save station I can. It's better that way. And Tilly is entering Turian now. Looks like about a 3-minute and 30-second time difference, I'd say. I wasn't actually counting, okay? Don't at me. Alright, let's see if Tilly can nail this baby skip. No cursing here. Nope. Not cursed. Almost had it. One of the jumps went a bit askew. Didn't soft lock? Pog? Let's go, ptoil. I always had the utmost faith in you, man. I knew you'd be able to finish this run. Can't even get the mother brain short charge, SMH. Are you even an SM speedrunner? Oh, until he's trying to go for the down back skip. Since you can't do like the spin jump one with screw attack. Because what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you like reset your iframes when you spin with screw attack. So yeah, it won't work with that method. There we go, finally got it. Zeb skip was being annoying. And ptoil finished with an official racetime.gg time of 109.26. Nice. GG. Let's see if we can get him in for an interview. Actually, I think they're gonna do the next race once this one's done, so I think we're gonna do the interview after. Next race is coming up. This was only game 1, folks. We still got one more game. And Tilly could make a comeback and push it to game 3. Oh, and then, yeah, Tilly's not going to go for stand-up, which makes sense. I think he lost a bit too much health. Yeah, trying to go for Zeb skip. Unfortunate, but, you know, that's how it goes. Stand-up doesn't really save that much time anyways. I think it's like 15-20 seconds at best, if you're really good at stand-up. But most of the time, you're still going to have some shots left over, so it's, you know. And Tilly's gonna close this out with a clean Mother Brain 3, right? No hits. No hits. Wow, unfortunate luck there. She was already dead, but she has to, like, get knocked back before she can die. It's really annoying. Lame RNG. Oh, wait, did Tilly get Blue Bomber? It kind of looked like it. That's pretty sick. I looked away for just a second. Ooh, and Tilly's gonna save the animals. Uh-oh. I don't know about this. No, I'm not a huge saving the animals fan. It loses time, and I don't like losing time. And Tilly is done with an official time of 1:14:39. GG. Alright. And yeah, so that's good. Good for them. They're gonna do the next race shortly in 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. We're just gonna get ready for the next one. So, stay tuned. We'll see you guys in a bit.